How's it going, people? Jack here with another video here to check out the latest from the internet historian who uploaded a video on his Incognito mode channel about conspiracies. I don't think that I have many conspiracy theories that I would say hold any water. Maybe because the last one that I have been exposed to has been just like very nonsensical ones. Remember, as of late, there were videos from the likes of very stable geniuses like Terrence Howard, who believed in, a lot of things.
Can 1 times 1 equaling 1 be part of the multiplication table? It fails to satisfy the term multiply.
I've made some discoveries in my own personal life with the science that Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years.
I've been able to rebuild Saturn without gravity.
Bro spent 1 month doing the blender meme and thought himself that he had the keys to the universe. People who still believe that the earth is flat despite having been offered to actually go to the South Pole and experience what they suppose is an ice wall and shit.
We are not using a green screen. Number one, you'll see MC Toon behind me. He is live streaming. So we are both live streaming each other.
Like, I truly only believe in a conspiracy theory until it's actually proven to be true, you know? Kind of like, let's say this one's spy-related stuff are things that I would tend to actually give some credence to, because all the programs that has been thought to be fake were actually true. From the likes of MK Ultra to MK Naomi. Yeah, you might not know the last one there, but it was supposedly about like a study of chemical warfare, like during the Cold War, where the manufacturing of weapons that, for example, were coated with strange chemicals could induce a bunch of different things. Like, I know that the general saying for conspiracy theories is to say that if you ever get the thought of, no, the government will never do that, then yes, the government definitely would. I get that. It's kind of hard to think that way, but come on. But knowing the internet historian, we are in for some sillier stuff, so without further ado, please do make sure to go and subscribe to the Man's Incognito Mode channel, and let's watch this one.
NordVPN by YouTube brought Conspiracies. Conspiracies? What are
Birds aren't real.
What are conspiracies?
The one. I love that one. Gay frogs.
Look, all I want to know is, what are
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
The Eminem isn't hot anymore.
Eminem less sexy?
Oh, the Tucker Carlson crash out. The green M&Ms you will notice is no longer wearing sexy boots. She's now wearing sensible sneakers. Truly covering the important subject in society. Delicious scents.
I'm not a big conspiracy guy, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of just like the little ones that don't really matter.
Give me an example.
I recently was grocery shopping and I bought a limited edition detergent that was wild berry scented. I opened it and started using it right away. And
favorite yogurt.
Every time I clean the dishes now, I think, wow, that's a delicious wild berry scent.
Yeah.
But then I had to go to a hospital, right? And it just stinks like chemicals. And it's like, we have the technology to make cleaning things that smell delightful.
Oh.
Yet you go to the hospital and it smells like cat piss?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
That is a...
I kind of feel like it's supposed to, isn't it? I don't know if you're familiar with the channel. You may have heard a story that I've told some time ago about how a cousin of mine was actually, or at least for some reason, ended up consuming some methane and was almost put to the hospital because of that. And that is due to the fact that natural methane is, of course, odorless. And we tend to just add a lot of, like, aromatic compounds, or what do you call it, odorants, for just a simple word here, to make sure that we can detect those things. Now, obviously, our noses can pick up for the most part certain things, but we tend to add in odorants to make sure that people can actually detect if something is bad for them. Usually, we tend to go with stuff like sulfuric smells.
Contrary to popular opinion, the office doesn't actually smell of sulfur.
But then again, there's a chance for something like sulfur dioxide to be produced in a combination, so sometimes we avoid that. And of course, there are the complaints that a lot of people, kind of like in this case, have made about the bad smells of certain compounds, so we add odorants to things to make them more pleasing. It's in the same way that I would have told this one for certain. I remember telling this in the Brenda Lee Mulligan reaction to like the CEO things, where we have added like foaming agents to soap to sell it to people, because a lot of soaps don't need to do that. Actually, that was a thing that my dad used to do in his old job. He was working for this company called Brandtag, where they added extra foaming agents to make sure that people understood that the soap actually worked as intended, because they naturally do not do that.
That's a good point. What else have you got?
So when I was a kid, my sister had
Kind of like felt like a personal attack there.
Right.
And so she put a bunch of them in the freezer because she had heard that if you put a glow stick in the freezer, it stays glowy for longer. I think that's not true.
It does. No, it does. It slows down the chemical reaction.
Nah, there's no chemicals. It's just little green goblins, I'm telling you, with their little torches.
Bruh.
So I'm a kid, right? And we used to have, like, you know, ice blocks. I don't know what
Oh,
you
I know exactly where this is going.
no.
How many did you drink?
Just the one. But I go into the freezer, I go, oh, wow, that must be some new thing. And I get some scissors from the kitchen, I snip it off, and I drink it down.
Yeah, I mean,
What in color was
it's
it?
not
and
gonna
what
kill
flavor?
you.
It was a reddy purple. It tasted like soap, but it was spicy like Tabasco. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
Isn't it just generally what happens when you get like shampoo in your mouth? It is kind of spicy.
Now, here's where the conspiracy comes into it, right? My sisters are running around screaming in circles, he's gonna die, he's gonna die, oh no. My mum's on the phone with like a poison control hotline or something, being like, my son just drank a glow stick.
They're just like, you're the worst mother in the world.
This is your fault.
I hope you made
Your son
plenty
might
of
as
nice
well
arrangements
die.
for the funeral, ma'am.
There's no point making it closed casket, he'll just glow right through.
Put him in the freezer. He'll last.
That's longer.
But yeah, so here's the thing, right? They're saying, you know, you can't drink glow sticks, they're toxic, you'll die, etc. The poison control people, their solution was, I had to gargle ice cubes, not to neutralize the chemicals, purely to get rid of that spicy, annoying sensation. So here's the conspiracy. I drank a glow stick, 0 adverse effects.
Hold on, disclaimer, do not drink glow sticks. Glow sticks contain fluorophore dyes, so for color, diphenyl oxalate, that has to be the thing that gives it its luminescence, and chemical luminescence, and hydrogen peroxide, obviously, for the reaction, and dibutyl phthalate. The hell is dibutyl phthalate? Hold on. Dibutyl phthalate is a organic compound which is commonly used for plasticizer because of its low toxicity and wide liquid range. Oh, so to make plastic more malleable. And do we have use of substance in cosmetic, including nail polish, is banned in the European Union under Directive 76. Okay. And what about in the EU? United States, the US. Dibutyl phthalate is one of the 6 phthalate acid ester found in the priority pollutant list. Holy shit. Okay, well, that's the bad stuff. And not to say that the other ones aren't bad as well, but like, I would say that might be the thing that might kill you in high consumptions. But yeah, a small doses might not, but come on. He wouldn't die.
0 adverse effects. Nothing happened. So they've been saying, oh no, don't drink glow sticks, they're bad for you. They'll make you sick. But I could have sworn I could see in the dark. Nothing bad happened.
So
Wow.
nothing bad happened.
Soapy.
With a hint of Tabasco.
Wild berry.
Wild berry. Oh my god, maybe it was a wild berry. Maybe that's what. Oh my god. You don't think.
No, it couldn't be. No, it's just going to be a
That's a conspiracy. You're crazy.
Surely it's.
You're just making it up for attention.
Twilight buttons are lying.
I've been wanting to talk about this for a while.
Oh!
Yes.
I think there is no standard for what the big button does and what the small button does.
I agree. I fully, wholeheartedly agree with this one in public bathrooms. I don't know if it's just me. I have never encountered a public toilet that makes use of the little and the big one differently. They both flush the same, and it's fucking weird.
You seem genuinely upset.
I don't know how most of you were raised, but at a certain point in my life, we grew up in an area where water consumption was sometimes limited, okay? So I always, even till this day, use the small flush, and that is on everything. I have not even ever gone through a number 2 that was so foul that I needed to use the big one. But perhaps that's because we don't have Taco Bell here in Denmark.
Now, I'm going to need you to elaborate on that.
So, okay. Very often, people go number 1. Less often, people go number 2. So,
Right.
naturally, the big one is the one that's frequently pressed because it's the big one. It's the one that everybody aims for, right? So that should be the small flush.
I feel like...
exactly. Now look at this one.
No, don't misconstrue me. I think you're an idiot.
So you're telling me that the small button gets pressed more often than the big button?
It's...
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not so simple, is it?
I understand your logic, but I think it's built on a weak predicate. You're conflating big with important, when in this case, big means big. In that it's the big flush, it's the full
Exactly.
flush, and the small means half flush. It's a
Now, you're telling me that this button gets pressed 5 times as often as this one on the left?
No, I know.
I don't believe it. So what I'm saying is that across all toilets, there is a non-standardization. Look at this. Which one is it?
It's 1 water
Okay.
and 2 water. 1 is less water and 1 is more water. It's like that's so clear to me.
Wrong. 1 big drop for solids, 2 smaller drops for liquid. Which one is it?
The one on the left is the half flush, and the one on the right is the full.
You could do this all
Which
day,
one's the
god damn
bigger
it.
one? You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. Only the plumber.
The one on the left is the full flush. The one on the right is the half flush. Yeah, go on. Give us another one. This is easy. I can do this all day.
Not so easy now, is it?
Come
The
on,
one
mate.
on the left is the full flush, and the one on the right is the half flush. Maybe you just don't have an eye for it.
I think this is like gold like the sun, so it's P.
Yeah.
And then dark like the moon, so it's the darker stuff.
Why is it red?
What if we just had one button? And instead, we used AI to determine how large the flush was.
If they don't have this in Japan, I would be surprised. Japan saw what Southern Europe and part of Eastern Europe also have, right? Which is the wonderful invention called a bidet. Get one if you have the chance to. It's a wonderful thing. Stop using fucking toilet paper. And mind you, I'm saying this while not even owning a bidet myself. My parents do, and it's a wonderful experience. I tend to only visit them to use the bidet. But Japan took that idea and made it electronic, okay? So if they don't have voice command already onto it, then I don't know what they are waiting for.
Or a dial and a button. Turn the dial for small
To
amount.
11.
More, and full.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I always will go the small one.
Really?
100%.
I don't think I've
My
ever
man.
pressed the small button.
Well-
And I don't in public bathrooms because I don't like the idea.
Yeah.
So I'll just hold it and then get very sick. But I always press the big one because that's the big button. Why wouldn't I press the big button?
Maybe it's because I've grown up in places where there's levels of water restriction. I half flush on number 2s.
Really?
I almost never
Yep.
use a full flush. Like, I could not tell you the last time I've used a full flush. I remember when I learnt the rhyme, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. And I was at my mum's work when I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8. And I was in an elevator with my mum and a woman who I found out was her boss. And I was like, Mum, check this out.
Oh, no.
Mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
What? And then you just said the rhyme.
Yeah, and then Mum's like, oh, that's great. That's great, shut up.
Boss.
She's like, I wish that glow stick took you.
There was a time we were on tank war.
Hey, the boss should have been like, hey, that's a responsible child that you have there. He cares about the consumption in your household.
And we used to have a saying, if it's yellow, say goodbye, fellow. If it's brown, let it stick around.
Ew.
No flush for number 2. Big flush for number... Ad time.
What does the VPN in NordVPN stand for?
Virtual
Ancient
private
society
network?
has kept this knowledge hidden for millennia.
Or at least that's
What
my
are we doing?
archaeologist
National
grandfather
Geographic, eh?
told me.
Behold, Nord Boy, one of the Nord ruins' many puzzles.
Or Indiana Jones.
See how it reroutes my data.
Whoa, you just opened a Theodore Roosevelt. Where are we going, Nordman?
Wow.
With NordVPN servers all over the globe, anywhere the clues lead.
Look, on the back of the Statue of David. Give me your UV light. It's a message from the Founding Fathers.
I'm surprised that he didn't give him a tramp stamp.
With this, we could get the international Netflix catalog, and a whole bunch of other geo-locked streaming content like BBC iPlayer and Japanese DTV. All the clues are lining up with the next solar eclipse. We gotta get to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier before this exclusive deal expires. Uh-oh, it's the Society of Online Marketers.
Big
We've been
data.
trying to track your every step, Nordman. They want to make an online profile of our web traffic, so they can target us with advertising. And I can't let that happen.
Is that what I think it is?
Martin Luther King Jr.'s Dreamcatcher.
Don't let go, Nordman!
I wasn't going to.
The eclipse is happening now. The ancient
Oh,
riddle.
that was
Virtual
foul.
Private. We've got 2 of 3.
What could the N stand for, Nordman?
I'm afraid to find out.
From the producers of Nordshank Redemption and director Christopher Nordlin. I'm afraid your adventure stops here, Nordman. Hand over Harriet Tubman's cipher, or I'll shoot the boy. This temple is exposed. It's gonna collapse.
The key to the cipher. It's on your grandfather's old pocket watch, which he gave you on his deathbed in his will before he died.
If it was known, it would mean the end of civilization itself.
Oh, network. It's network. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I thought it would be
Nordschnul treasure.
So get NordVPN today. Go to nordvpn.com/incognito to get a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months.
Why didn't this man release the video in February? He had a golden opportunity. He missed it.
Ad over.
Oh,
I had to
MRI.
get some MRIs a while back. They were really long. It was like an hour and a half. I'm in this f***ing machine, so it was like really boring.
Did you not have a phone?
No, but they gave us headphones.
Yeah,
which
you can
played,
just
music.
relax.
The guy was like, "What kind of music do you listen to?" And I was like, "Oh, I mean, I used to mostly listen to like video game stuff." So he's like, "All right." So he goes, "Fuck, this is already making me laugh." So he goes on YouTube Music and types in "video game music playlist," and he's like, "What does this look all right?" Now it was a bunch of like
On the tail.
So he puts it on.
Yeah.
Puts me on the table. And he puts the headphones on, locks my head in, and the music starts playing, and it's the Skyrim main theme song.
Oh my
Just
god.
imagine this mental image of me getting fed into an MRI machine while it's Dovahkiin,
Dovahkiin, for the fate
Oh,
of
very
Skyrim.
But later on, when I came out of the machine, he was like, "Oh, how's the music going?" And I was like, "Man, it
Oh
was
man, he'd missed the golden opportunity of going like, so you're finally awake. But I guess he's not a fan.
great." It played some stuff from Shin Megami Tensei 4, which it did. And he goes,
Pretty chill.
"And Donkey Kong."
Oh, now that's relatable.
Well, okay, the point of the MRI story was not the Dovahkiin music. The point is that you're in there for like an hour and a half, and it's just making a bunch of really loud noises, but you can't see anything happening.
Was it an MRI of your head?
That was my whole spine.
Your whole spine.
It's crazy technology. No.
It is. Do you reckon it's real?
MRIs. Nah, I reckon they just put you in and then they just get someone in Blender and they just like put together a spine and they're like, yeah, there it is. Yes. And they just make it all fucked up and they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna have to take your spine out, put your spine back in.
You didn't drink any glow sticks when you were a kid, did you?
They do that for the picture. It's like you don't have any like, metal piercings, any tattoos, da da da. You didn't drink any glow sticks when you were 4, did you?
Dude, it's radiating.
No, ma'am. Have you ever had an MRI before?
Yeah, actually, my doctor was worried I might be just like too smart.
Or too handsome.
Yeah,
Wow.
and so they had to take a whole bunch of scans and they were like, what's going on? These numbers are off the charts. And they were seeing like parts glowing and stuff and they're like, I think this guy's using more than 10%.
Giga brain.
There's actually no problems at all. You might be the most healthy and handsome man we've ever scanned. Can you sign this document? It's just a release form. I'm like, shit, anything for a fan.
Actually, it did happen to me when I was younger. I had an incredibly bad growth spur. Like about the second years in my teens, so that will be 14, my body was just lengthening way too fast and it hurt me like crazy. So I constantly had like bad heart palpitations, and they took me to the major hospital here and I got my heart scanned and everything. And they were like, dude, you have the heart of a horse. Can we use that for like a presentation in the hospital? I was like, that was not what I was expecting to get, but sure. So like for a 3-year period, you could actually go and visit the hospital and see my heart on display for like an example of how a healthy heart should look like, which completely undermined every idea that I had, because I kind of wish that I actually had an issue so that I could just stay at home, because there was at that point of time I kind of found school to be a little bit boring, so I just pretty much just wanted to stay at home and play World of Warcraft. But yeah, that excuse kind of flew out the window.
What do you think about space? I like it.
I honestly don't. Perhaps we went to the moon, but I think the footage we have isn't real.
Bruh.
I think they went to Mars and filmed it there.
Just because the lighting was better?
Sure.
Technology.
They just color corrected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that makes a lot more sense.
To add a little bit of fuel to this conspiracy, Werner von Braun, who was the German scientist that inevitably ended up joining the US side and produced the rockets that were made for the Apollo 11 and 13 also, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong on the 13th one, I'm a little bit unsure. But for at least Apollo 11, with the Saturn V rockets, the giant ones that he wanted to build were, of course, employed for the moon landing, but his intentions were actually to get further, to explore the moon and have deeper space explorations. So one could say that maybe we went to Mars.
Because they were going to do it on Venus, but when they tried to green screen it out, it just, yeah.
Because they're not directors, so they would just be there with the f***ing camera. Like, they don't know to hold it in, like, widescreen mode. They're, like, there with their phones and vertical.
Can you imagine Neil Armstrong's up there with the camera, and he doesn't realize he's actually got it on selfie camera, and he's just like, yeah, check this out. It's just on selfie camera.
They had to reconstruct it off the reflections from the reflection. So there's the three. There's Armstrong,
Buzz Lightyear,
and Collins.
Phil Collins. Michael Collins.
Oh, well, I'm just going to say third astronaut, in case his name. Michael Collins.
Oh.
Nice one. Egghead. Oh, he's dead. That's a shame.
Yeah.
He died on the moon.
Yeah, they'll have to leave him there. Oh, look, here's a picture of Michael Collins meeting President Trump. That's nice. Yeah.
Some say it was his greatest achievement.
Like an eldritch lord.
It's like, oh, so he's busy. We can get you Obama. No. Well, I mean, I like the idea if it's just like Trump like doesn't know who he is. He's like, oh, yeah. Well,
that sounds more realistic.
Woody, that was my Trump impression. But like his expression looks like...
Oh, yeah, wow, he's seen some stuff. I've got something really important to tell you, Mr. President. You gotta know about the moon. There's a thing.
There's goblins on the moon.
I haven't told anyone before.
They took Neil and they took Buzz and they replaced him. Oh, fuck. No one will listen to me.
Crazy thing was that Aldrin, the guy who is famously known for punching a moon landing denier, right, that was harassing him, which, I mean, granted, if I was harassed as well continuously over years, I would have wanted to punch a guy or two. He might not have made it to the actual moon if it wasn't for the fact that Neil actually kept him around. I think that, what's his name, Jim Lovell, who was the leader of the Apollo 13, was supposed to be the replacement of Buzz Aldrin, because Aldrin had somewhat of a temper and was kind of hard to work with. So, yeah, the story could have been a little bit different. But then, again, Apollo 13 was not a kind story either.
You think he gets sick of the moon? Because there's nothing anyone wants to talk to him about except for the moon, right?
The moon, yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon he goes out at night and he sees the moon. He's like, oh, fuck off. What happens to werewolves on the moon? If you put a werewolf on the moon, does he just turn into a werewolf all the time?
They're just
Yeah, sure.
Just werewolves all the time. Yeah.
Do they need spacesuits?
Yeah.
As somebody who watched Hunter the Parenting about a month ago, this is kind of weird. Because actually, werewolves, Garou, don't necessarily need the moon to be around. But
yeah, that would
whatever.
be scary.
That'd be really spooky.
What do you reckon is the scariest thing you could find on the moon?
The previous crew.
Apollo 1.
Apollo 1.
So, you're on the moon.
Sorry, let me just pretend that the moon's real for a second. Okay, yeah, I'm on the moon. Go on.
You're bouncing
It's not made
around,
of cheese.
and it's great. You're having a good time. But
What if you bounce too high? Will you fall off? Can you fall off the moon?
no,
Where?
you can't fall off the moon. What does that even mean?
I mean, I just think that it's like, what if it's like...
where? Down space? Fall to the bottom of space?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you fall off the moon. Maybe you trip and fumble and you just got to sort of keep going. I think it's the angriest I've ever heard you. Do you reckon they started doing push-ups and they'll...
I fucking love it that he could go with the idea that no, the moon ain't real, but as soon as you actually add the physics in there, naturally you'll be like, who the fuck thinks that you can fall off the edge? That's one of the reasons why I never understand conspiracy theorists who don't understand the effect of gravity and how that works. Like, what will happen if you go on the other side? Won't you fall off? Like, bruv, come on, man. Do we need... How many times
do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
They're like, yeah, check this out. 150 push-ups. Easy.
Like one finger.
But he's doing it with his knees down. He's like,
no, just film from the top half up. Neo, film from the top half up.
Part of me thinks, just part of me, deep in my soul thinks, I reckon you could fall off the moon.
What, you're just walking around normally, you just gotta be really careful.
God, I hope I don't fall.
Trip, and then whoop.
They're hiding
When
stuff on.
I was a kid, I read a book called The Blue Nowhere by Jeffrey Deaver.
Go on.
It's a deadly game of cat and mouse, where one guy is the world's greatest hacker, and the other one is a brilliant but tortured criminal investigator who's slightly new to the computing world, right? There's one point where they're having their hack off, and they're like, we gotta get into his mainframe, and then he's like, he's hacking into our mainframe at the same time, and they go back and forth, who can counter-hack the best? And then it seems as though the hacker guy has kind of stopped. Maybe we did it, maybe we won. All of a sudden, the computer that they were hacking on explodes.
The fans?
Because the bad guy hacker managed to turn off all the cooling fans, and it just somehow exploded.
Wow.
What I'm trying to get around to is, how come the NSA doesn't do cool shit like that?
Yeah. It's never something cool like Watchdog, like hacking the bollards, and I'm like, dude, bollard hack, activate. In a world connected by Web 3.0, nothing is safe.
Imagine we like go to war with China. They press the button and all the bollards go up at once.
But then I've got a sweet motorbike and I can get between the bollards. So I'm driving on my sweet motorbike. I'm listening to Day and Night by Kid Cudi.
Got the Skyrim.
Yeah, got Skyrim theme playing.
They're hacking all the traffic lights. They're turning them all red.
But I mean, I don't stop at red lights anyway. Nice try.
So next, they use up all the prepaid mobile data on your phone.
Oh,
and
shit.
suddenly you can't connect to the internet.
And my plan doesn't reset until the 10th, so my hack gets cancelled.
My hack gets cancelled.
Which is hard because my other hand was already holding a beer, so now my hand's...
I love that idea. Just being at the, I don't know, the NSA, the CIA headquarters. Stand down.
It's cancelled.
We need him working for us.
The thing is, like, you've got the movie version of hacking.
I'm getting hacked.
Oh yeah, NCIS.
And then you've
Well,
got the real
TV.
life version of hacking, which is much more boring.
I was wondering if you can take a look at a website I'm trying to get to.
Sure, what's the website?
By clicking that link, he's just given David full access to his computer.
Well, there are ways to integrate a mainframe in a bit more of a direct manner than just by phishing.
We're on his computer right now.
Tedious.
But what if actually it is as fun as in the movies, and it's much more like, yeah, have you seen Swordfish?
Yeah.
You're like
Speaking
spinning a cube around and you're going, the site is being decrypted.
Oh, yeah.
You see the number going up. That would be so exciting. I think that that's actually what hacking is like, and there's a deliberate move to pretend that it's not.
But what, like, why?
I heard that the underground, government, whatever, I heard that they actually have like this big document that effectively has like contingencies for a whole bunch of really strange scenarios.
Well, what kind of contingencies would it be? Like what happens if the president has a sore tummy today and he has to do an address?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
I reckon it'd be like, it wouldn't be an easy, simple solution. It would be the most convoluted thing possible. It's like, all right, so we actually have a clone of him ready to go. So he can stay in bed. The clone can go out and do the speech.
Wait a minute. What if you cloned Trump?
Sure.
Then dispatched with the original, would the clone still be president?
Would he still want to be president?
I don't think it
You'd
would.
be like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe it's my chance to be my own guy.
What if he goes to sign the thing at the inauguration?
Yeah.
And some other guy runs in real fast and signs his name?
I'm pretty sure that just doesn't count.
What if you're swearing in the president and it's a woman and she's pregnant at the time? Is the baby also president?
No, I think...
What if conjoined twins win the presidency?
One's president, one's vice president?
Yes.
That is an intriguing prospect.
Because they're not supposed to get the president and the vice president in the same room at the same time.
That sounds like fake.
No, it's...
Well, they can. Literally seen the thing with Zelensky, where they were crashing out hard.
Anything about Trump's beauty, you didn't tell him that he is handsome.
You don't have the cards right now.
But I think it's more for like security reasons, right? Because you want to protect your vice president just in case that something happens to the president and vice versa. So I don't think it's law, but it's definitely for security reasons.
It's true, because what if someone bombs the room? Then you lose both.
But what about all those pictures where it's like Obama and Biden hugging?
Did you know that Trump has never met with that other guy?
J.D. Vance.
Yes. They've never met.
Aww.
Because they can't ever be in the same room at the same time.
The video is a bit too late. We don't get to see the wonderful memes of J.D. Vance.
It's illegal. They'd both be immediately executed. It is illegal.
It is illegal. Yeah, no. I actually had a girlfriend like that where we couldn't be in the...
Right. Girlfriend.
What if?
Yeah.
She just didn't know.
Wanted to hang out with Trump like all the time, like be friends with him. And Trump was like, I don't want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't leave. And so eventually he had to get a restraining order against him. But then Putin was like, well, you can't because I have diplomatic immunity.
Ooh, that is very intriguing.
Wow.
What would you do?
It'd have to become a extra legal process where it's like, oh yeah, hi Putin. Yeah, no, Donald's not feeling very well today. We're just putting him to bed, so you might have to just come back another day, Putin.
Dodging him.
Go home, Vladimir.
Oh, I've got it. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I don't think there are any real restrictions on Air Force One.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go on.
So is the president allowed to just fly around to wherever to get ice cream or whatever? Oh, you know what I mean?
Isn't
Like,
he
okay,
already
let's stop
doing
here.
that, though?
Yeah, that was cool. Now let's stop here. Yes, let's stop at this Ben and Jerry's.
Could be completely wrong. But when Air Force One goes somewhere, there's like 2 other identical Air Force Ones that are like also going. So it's like...
Yeah, I think so.
I reckon the limitation comes down to, mechanical constraint. Like, there's just not enough space for 3 planes at Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, I suppose it's the landing. I asked that to, I sent a DM to Notch once, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been on a private plane. Like, let's say you were going from New York to LA. Are you allowed to just say mid-flight, hey, can you stop and we'll get ice cream? And
did he reply?
He said nothing. He didn't reply. So I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know. I've never been on a private plane. I don't know what the rules are.
I just want to clarify, did you actually message Notch that?
Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
You know what
Okay.
we forgot to do? Who are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everyone.
It's Mr. B.
I'm
from Story Mode.
I'm an editor.
Listen, we got Story Mode, we got other channel, right? It's got 2 problems. Number 1, not enough people do reactions. I go to YouTube, I go to reactions, everybody react in main channel, Incognito.
Bruh, I'm not even mentioned there. I'm not doing enough internet historian reactions, so yeah, maybe that's why.
We have a Story Mode reactions. What the hell? Also, other problem, Story Mode. Bad name.
Explained.
I'm changing it. Explained. I think that's a better name.
Oh.
Explained?
Yeah, I like it when people have to pronounce things funny. Have you noticed, like on main channel, like, do you know why it's called The Varus Strikes Buck?
Yeah.
It means nothing. It's just so that when I knew reaction channels and we're going to watch it, we would pronounce it funny.
This is the Varus Strikes Buck. Strake's book. I can't just read what he wrote, apparently.
And it was just like funny to me that they'd have to. Anyway, point is, I like explained better. I think it's better because then you know what you're getting.
But maybe some people haven't seen Story Mode.
Oh,
so
right, well-
what are they getting?
Yeah.
Nate heads off into the wasteland.
People have recommended that I check out some stuff from Story Mode. I have yet to do so. Maybe I should. There was a wonderful video, because I posted a video on Wanted Dead, so I was recommended to check that one out as well. But yeah, perhaps that's going to be the next thing.
He goes running for many miles along the road. It's just like that Cormac McCarthy novel, Blood Meridian.
Until he comes across an old petrol station? Whoa! And there he meets a new hairy 4-legged friend.
Oof. Dog meat.
No, Mr. Z, this is a dog called Dog Meat, and he's going to be our new friend.
Nate asks if he's seen Sean at all.
Give me Sean! Now!
Alas, this shepherd hound only speaks German.
Ihr Sohn ist 60 Jahre alt und leitet das Institut.
Do you think this boy could have used a harpoon? Look at him. He's a wee lad.
No, he's far too scrawny. Thin-necked urchin dunderpate like you could never wield a poon.
Oh my god! He made one on Sherlock. Okay, apparently I'm not the only one who's playing Sherlock games. Okay.
This.
Are you Alex?
Weirdly,
Yeah.
he recognizes her.
That's
Life
me.
is strange.
I'm Ryan.
If she was taking that kind of body language, I would not dare.
Yeah, take another
approach.
step forward,
No.
yeah. Well, it's like when like a dog, its ears go back and it starts showing its teeth. And you're like, here, boy! Scoot into the corner, little fella.
It is the perfect background content.
Generally what happens is you'll come in, it's usually like 12:30 or something, you just woke up.
Yeah.
And you're like, I kind of just feel like watching video games today.
Yeah, I don't want to play it. But tell me what's happening.
Indiana Jones is solving a puzzle in the temple.
What kind of puzzle?
He's got to pour holy wine down a drain to get pictures of Jesus.
Oh, this is too complicated. Skip this part.
Oh no, but we need to do it.
Do some sound effects with your mouth. Make it more funny.
And then you like throw an empty beer bottle at me. Yeah, it's crazy. That's the conspiracy.
NordVPN.com/incognito. NordVPN to again, thanks.
If there's one thing that I retained from this video is this, that I definitely should be getting some popsicle ice cream very soon. Like, it's not even summer yet, but I'm craving them right now. It's wild. And also, Martin Luther King's Dreamcatcher. Jesus Christ. That one got me. That one really got me. Guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. As always, please do make sure to go and subscribe to the Internet Historian and like this very video of his. And of course, if you like this one, don't forget to hit that like and also subscribe button. Wish you all to have a wonderful day and see you guys in the next one. Bye.